Have you ever wondered to yourself, why haven't I glowed up within mentally, eternally within myself? Well, if you have, then you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to tell you exactly why and exactly how. We're going to get deep. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jada Hendricks, your host, and this is episode 2. So today we're going to be talking about how to glow up mentally and within. Okay, this is the most important way of glowing up before anything physically. And if you haven't checked out, please go check out my last episode, which was my first episode, which was with glowing up physically. Okay, but I just need to say this episode right here is the one that you have to actually sit and listen to deeply, because this is the way you actually glow up. You glowing up physically is one thing, but mentally is the way. That is the most important and the first way of glowing up. Okay, so we are going to be starting off with lifestyle. Like, it all starts off with you, right? So that means your type of lifestyle that you're living. Okay, so I do have a few notes written down, and you know me, I have to have something written down to be able to remember and tell you guys fully, because I think about everything that I'm going to tell you guys throughout my whole day is dedicated to explaining things to you guys. So I always write everything down so that you guys can make sure that you guys get everything in detail, because like I said, we're getting deep. Okay, so lifestyle is going to be the first one, and you need to start off with taking care of your health, yourself, your body. Okay, and that is with what you eat. Okay, now it's so important to make sure that you put in your body good things, because the things that you put in your body is actually something so important, especially when you want to improve within yourself. You want to feel better, you want to have energy, you know what I mean? You don't want to lack any energy. And so many of these, like the foods that we eat these days, are just terrible. Okay, and a real big one that I had to learn is drinking water. Okay, and if you don't like just plain water, add some lemon, lime. I love lemon and lime in my waters, but start to make it a routine to start drinking water, because water is so important. Like, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you need to drink water. Okay, you guys don't understand. There, so many people are just like, whatever, I'll drink a bottle of water a day and I'm fine. No, you need to drink plenty of water. Okay, and with what you eat, you need to start cutting out these bad foods, right? So fast foods and just things that are just not healthy for you. And don't get me wrong, you can have days that you obviously eat, like a cheat day, they call it, right? You can have a cheat day, but for the most part, when you're eating, you want to try to lean towards cleaner foods, because it really affects you as a person and how you are throughout your whole day, and days, right? It's so important to make sure what you put in your body is good for you. It really improves you so much. And I learned this, like I said, because I actually stopped eating that bad food. I actually started drinking water, and I see so much of a difference. And if you guys start doing it, I promise you will see a humongous difference. Another one is going to have to be you need to get rid of those bad, toxic people. And like I said, this is lifestyle. So the lifestyle that you're living and the people that you're around and the things that you do with these people that are toxic and bad people, you need to get rid of them. So I was talking to a friend, right? And she would explain to me certain things. And when you hang around certain people, you're bound to be like those people, right? And I had to I want to help people, so I was trying to help her and explain to her certain people have to go, especially when you're trying to glow up and improve in your life and your well-being overall. Because when you hang around certain people and they are influencing you to do things that are just really not that good for you, right? Like, if they're not influencing you to do good things and all you see is bad things, all you see is, even if they're not necessarily bad, like go jump off of a bridge, right? It could be as simple as, you know, going out all the time and spending too much money, knowing they may know you don't have that much money or have any money. They're not really there helping you improve in life. They're not good role models, right? So, not that anybody needs to be a role model towards you, but they're not good friends to have, right? Like, they're not doing things that you want to do in your life to be able to glow up, right? So, it starts off with the people you hang around, you be around. You have to get rid of people that are not encouraging you to do good for you and what's best for you. The only thing that they're doing is encouraging and influencing you to do things that are actually draining you. Okay, so that right there, I'm telling you guys, getting rid of people that are so toxic is the best thing to do. Like, you gotta do it. Like, bro, I seriously have been around so many negative people throughout my life, and I've gotten rid of all of them. Okay, all of them. Literally, like, done. I'm not dealing with, negative, judgmental, just bad influence type of people. You have to get rid of that, because if you stay around these people, you're just going to keep being the same way. It's like a cycle, right? You're going to keep going around and around and around, instead of going, like, just going up. You're going, like, no, we're not doing that. Another one is, you need to start doing things to improve you daily. Okay? Do things to improve you daily. So for me, for instance, right, I started this YouTube just because I was in almost a dark place before, where I would actually call it a dark place, because the things that I was doing, I didn't see a future too much for myself. I couldn't see the bigger picture. And when you start doing things to improve you daily, it could be the smallest thing, but it's something, right? You start doing things to improve you daily. You start to, more things. You start to realize more things. You start to want to do more things for yourself. You start thinking of the future and your future and what would it look like and what you would want it to look like, right? So doing things daily to improve you is, let me tell you, amazing. I'm talking, I would journal all the time, and I talked about journaling in one of my other videos, so go check that out. It helps you start off how to start journaling, and I'm telling you, when I started journaling, bruh, it really changed my life so much. Like, I never thought that writing stuff down on a piece of paper could change my perspective on life and things in general, and even just make me feel better. But it actually really does. So doing things like that, like to improve yourself, drinking water more, eating better foods, and also just removing those people. Also, you want to make sure that you start to find things that you can do to make yourself happy throughout the day, rather than, for instance, instead of going towards alcohol, right? Because for myself, I would go towards alcohol to have fun. Oh, I need to drink to have fun. You do not need to drink to have fun. Yes, it is fun. I understand that. But once you start to train your mind and your body to do things without needing this thing to make everything else better, and you start going out without drinking, you start doing things on a daily without drinking, you start to realize, like, oh, this is actually good. Like, I feel good. I feel like myself. I feel energetic. I feel like I want to get things done. I feel like now I got this new idea. I want to do this. Like, a lot of when you're not drinking is such a depressant to where you literally feel so drained. I've said this once again in another one of my videos. You feel so drained that like you don't want to do anything. You don't think about your future. You don't think about, oh, what can I do to make myself better? You're just drinking, next day hungover, you feel like crap, you aren't very energetic, right? But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you need to cut drinking out of your life completely, but what I am saying is you need to start limiting it, especially when you're a drinker and you go and you rely on liquor, alcohol, whatever you want to call it, right? When you go and you rely on that thing, you'll start to realize you don't need to, right? It really, 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 like, obviously you guys can tell that this was something that I had a big problem with, and it wasn't like I woke up every day and I was just drinking, but I do feel like I was drinking way too often. Every weekend is not acceptable, truthfully, especially when you want to have goals or you do have goals. You have to cut back and focus on those goals. And like I was saying, you don't have to cut it out completely out of your life, but occasionally it is fine to go and have a good time and drink if you're on vacation or if it's a holiday or whatever, right? Or if you just want to celebrate because you've been working so hard and you want to take a nice little break from working for one weekend. But every weekend, bro, I used to bug out, and I'm telling you, it is not the way to go, because it's just gonna be a cycle. It's gonna continuously keep happening because you are so used to doing this thing, right? And your body at this point, like, it craves it. Like, oh, I want to get lit, I want to get drunk tonight. Bro, just cut back. Focus on you. Focus on what is good for you. You know what I mean? Like, fun can come after, because fun, like I said, fun doesn't even have to be like, you don't have to drink to have fun, right? But once you start focusing on you and figuring out what you like, the things that you like, and figuring out your goals and so forth, once you do that, you're literally, when you go and have fun, it's gonna be 10 times more better, because it's like you're going and you're having fun, and you haven't had fun in a few weeks or a few months, however long you decide to, take a little break from having fun, going out and drinking and doing this, that, and the third. Once you go and you do it, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I last night I had a great night. I'm hungover today. I can have a little, self-care day, get myself together and so forth, right? But then you're back and you're going back to business after that. So I feel like that is a very important one, continuously doing things to improve yourself daily. And I feel like drinking was a really big one for me. And if you can relate, then there you go. This is how I feel about it. Next, we're going to talk about positive mindset. Positive mindset. We have to have a positive mindset throughout life, right? But it is hard. I know it's hard, and don't get me wrong, you're gonna have bad days. Everyone has bad days. It's normal. It's human, right? But what you want to start doing is thinking positively. You need to start thinking positive. Instead of your first reaction is being negative or reacting negatively, why don't you think to yourself, like, stop before you react. Think before you react. Like, you know what? Why don't I go about this in a positive way, right? So let's say if something happens, right, and you're so used to like snapping out or being negative about a certain situation, instead of going towards negativity, think, you know what? How can we make this situation positive, right? You need to start thinking positively about everything in your life, because at the end of the day, life is life and life is going life, you know what I mean? So you're gonna have to continuously get through it, and you being negative about it is not going to get you anywhere besides in a hole, a dark hole of just anger, depression, negativity. People can start leaving your life because of how negative you are. You know, a lot of people don't like to be around negativity, but also there are people that like negativity. And when you find yourself in a group with people that like to be around negativity, you need to open your eyes and you need to walk away from these people, because negativity is going to drain a person and it's going to drain you. You cannot get too far being negative, and you need to start expecting that good things will happen to you, right? Like, you want to put it, you want to, good things are going to happen to me. You want to have that mindset, right? Like, for me, for instance, right, I'm like, I just started this YouTube. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but you know what, good things are gonna happen for me. I'm gonna blow up one day. I'm gonna be where I want to be in life, and it's gonna be amazing, right? You want to keep that mindset, because that mindset, you never give up. You keep going. You keep positive energy. You just think in your mind like it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out one of these days. Just you need to be patient. And there's something that I really wanted to touch on, and also I don't have this written down, but it just came to my mind right now. I do believe that if you sit and you think to yourself, man, all this time that I haven't been doing nothing, right? I've been just out partying, waking up, just going to work, doing nothing really too much, just working, partying every weekend, boom, boom, boom. Nothing really, like, I'm not setting my goals. I'm not reaching my goals. I'm not thinking about my goals. I'm not thinking about the future, right? I'm telling you, it's so crazy. Once you start looking and reaching your goals and setting your goals and things like that, and you're in progress on your way to your goals, and on your way to your future, on your way to what you want to become in life, right? You think to yourself, like, this is taking so long, right? Why, like, nothing's happening? For instance, like, I had a mindset way back when I started YouTube a long time ago, right? I don't have the videos up now, but when I started YouTube a long time ago, I'm like, I want this to happen now. And even a few months ago, with certain things in my life, I'm a very impatient person, right? I always will want something to happen right now. Like, I need it to happen now. Like, when is this going to happen? Like, I'm not going to keep doing this. I had the mindset like, oh, like, if I start doing YouTube, like, what if I don't blow up right away? Relax. Because you right now, doing something to improve yourself, no matter how long it takes, at the end of the day, think about what you were doing. You weren't doing anything, right? So actually don't be lazy. It's laziness. That's what this whole, like, this generation is like. There's a lot of lazy people, and it's like, you don't want to work towards your goals. You don't want to work towards your future and your career, right? Because you're so lazy. You don't want to wait. You want it to happen in a snap of a finger, and that's not how life works. So, right? Say if you concentrate on the good and you concentrate on improving yourself and your career, and say if you want to start your own business and you just work towards it every single day. Maybe it'll take a year, maybe it'll take 2 years, maybe it'll take 3 years, but you keep going, because at the end of the day, what you were doing before you wasn't doing anything, it wasn't going to get you nowhere, right? It wasn't getting you nowhere. But now you're thriving, and something good is going to happen when you continuously believe in yourself and you never give up. Something will happen. Things will change. You will be blessed. Okay? So never, ever, ever give up on yourself. Continuously be true to yourself, and also be patient. Patience is key. Another one is, I want you guys to start acknowledging your negative thoughts. Okay? So with that being said, right, you don't want to push them away. You want to work with them. Okay, so for instance, getting the journal and writing your negative thoughts down, how you're feeling and why you feel negative. Yes, you can feel negative, okay, about certain situations if things happen to you. It's okay and it's normal to feel negative, but reacting negative and reacting positive, those are different things. So you want to start reacting positive so that life is much easier on you. So when you have negative thoughts, you want to learn how to keep those things to yourself, but let them out on a piece of paper. Or you can let it out to a person that you know that you can trust. Like, you know what, this is something, like, this thing has been making me upset, or you feel negative about a certain situation and you want to vent. I really find it best to let it out on a piece of paper, just so like, you let those feelings out. You know what I mean? You don't want to, like, bottle up all these negative emotions and not let them out. You gotta let them out. You need to acknowledge them, right? So letting them out, I find, on a piece of paper, like, even if it's like something so mean about a person, like, this person really pissed me off today because they did right? Just let it out. And then at the end of that, write something positive. Write something positive that could be the outcome of it, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to step back from this person since this person did this to me. I'm going to step back and I'm going to look at this situation positively, and I'm going to not let this affect me, and I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do that differently, just so that I don't ever have to go through this again. You know what I mean? Make sure at the end of you letting your negative thoughts out, write something positive so that you can end it on a positive note. So you want to also notice what's good in your life. Stop focusing. I know it's so hard because I always would do this to myself, but stop always focusing on the negative in your life. Start trying to focus on positive things, right? Because like I said, life is life and life be lifing, right? So you want to start trying to focus more on the good sometimes. Like, just notice the good, because yeah, there can be negative things going on, but that's something that you can work on. You don't always have to have negative things going on in your life. You have to work towards a positive lifestyle and a positive mindset. Therefore, you want to start acknowledging the positive things and working through the negative things. Instead of reacting negatively towards things, just think, we can work through these things. We have to figure out how we're going to work through these things. Let's think positive, though. Let's notice the good things instead of always dwelling on the bad things. You have to learn to do that, because I'm telling you guys, deep down, like, the soul needs positive thoughts. It needs positive in its life, right? You just need to feed yourself positivity, and I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so much more better, and you will glow up just from that, because at that point, negative people, negative self-talk from other people or to yourself, you know what I mean, could eventually just fade, right? You want to get rid of all the negative things in your life. Once you do that, you will be able to start to notice a change within yourself, because at this point, I don't even want to tolerate negative things. I don't want to tolerate negative people, right? You start to actually see and feel a change within yourself, because you're letting go of all of this negative things, right? Things and people. You start thriving. You start wanting to be around more positive people, and you start positively talking to yourself. I have a question, right? How do you think on a daily? Think about that. Do you think positively, or do you have thoughts in your head, negative thoughts all the time, consistently in your head? Let me know down below. And make sure you follow this guide, right? Just start, right? Start letting those negative thoughts out on a piece of paper. Start thinking, right, all the good in your life. Start focusing on the good in your life instead of the bad, because remember, like I said, we can change the bad, right? We can overcome the negative, but you want to make sure you start off with thinking, oh, okay, I can be positive about this situation. Oh, okay, this was negative, but I'll handle that with myself. It starts all within. Nobody can really help you like change how you are. People can give you advice, right? People could tell you what's the best thing to do and so forth. But it always starts within. You need to talk to yourself. You need to ask yourself, why do I allow these negative thoughts to weigh on me when I know that there's so much good in this life and so much positivity in this life that I could surround myself with, right? So I just want you guys to ask yourself that question, like, how do I feel on a daily, and work through that. Okay, so my most important one of all, this is like the most comes first. It's so important that I want you guys to do is talk to God. Now, this is so crazy because for me, I didn't talk to God a lot in my past. I just started talking to God because I feel like good things happen through God. Like, it's so crazy to me because I see so much of a difference ever since I've been speaking to God, praying. And I really, really believe that if you start, I believe that you will see a difference because I have, and I really, really believe deeply in it. And I just want to read you guys a quote that I had seen online. So yeah, I'm going to read it to you. It says, people that talk to God and feel closer to God tend to be more equipped to cope with stress and report a variety of improvements, such as feeling happier, experiencing improved self-esteem, having hope, or being certain of their purpose. And I really, 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 really felt that. Like, and I just felt like I should share that with you guys, just so you guys can, maybe if you would like, pray to God, talk to God. And yeah, I just thought that was very, very important to add because God is so important to have in your life and to speak to. Like, go to Him if you can't go to anyone else. Yourself and God is number one. And He will guide you, and you can guide yourself sometimes if you work through things, but God definitely can guide you. So I just wanted to put that out there. But yes, that is it for this episode, you guys. And this episode made me feel so good. Like, as I was writing everything down, I was like, I can't wait to tell my best friends, y'all. I could not wait to come on here and just let everything out and be deep with you guys, get deep into the core. Please, you guys, make sure you follow this guide because I'm telling you, it is the first steps to glowing up. It always starts with an eternal, okay? But yes, I really, really enjoyed making this episode and recording this video for you guys. And you already know, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. You can also, excuse me, I'm always burping. Like, geez, Jada, chill. Anyways, you guys can also DM me on Instagram at Jada, JADAA__Marie, MARIE. You already know. Just let me know whatever you guys want me to talk about. I will talk about it happily. You already know. Okay? So, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.